The one and done rule has been in the NBA for a pretty long time, and I think it's safe to say that there's something that needs to be done about it. Guys, this is Young Mustard and I'm here with another video. And if you have not followed me on Twitter, you need to follow me on Twitter, because there was a tweet I posted not too long ago and I stated, if Kyle Kuzma is the product of people spending more than 1 year in college and going into the NBA, then the NBA needs to relook the one and done rule. Now, in this video, I'm gonna kind of elaborate on that because a lot of people had questions, in the mentions. Some people even DM'd me about it, and they said, what about this guy? What about that guy? Kyle Kuzma's 22, blah, 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 blah. And I'm gonna kind of go in depth here. Now, for starters, not everybody that is one and done is, gonna perform at, a slower level than a lot of other rookies. For example, let's look at the 2016 NBA draft class. No one out of all those rookies averaged 10 points in the season aside from Malcolm Brogdon and Dario Saric. And let's be honest here, Dario Saric put up numbers on a bad team, and Malcolm Brogdon, he barely hit 10 points per game. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon was a second round pick who played multiple years in college. Dario Saric as well, who was drafted in 2014 and played multiple years in the Croatian League. I mean, it's pretty safe to say that the players in that draft class who performed better, they were players who played on a more professional level multiple seasons. And then when you look at this year, a player like Kyle Kuzma, who's having a phenomenal season, 17 points and 7 rebounds, and he's doing it efficiently as hell. And he's leading that Laker team to really, really competitive games against teams like the Warriors, against teams like the Rockets, against teams like the Cavs. I mean, it's crazy that a rookie is doing that and doing it so efficiently, I'm going to add once again. But that's the problem. He's 22 years old, and some people are even saying that's the reason why he's balling. Well, if that's the reason why he's balling, don't you want rookies to have that kind of game coming into the league? Kyle Kuzma played multiple years in college. Donovan Mitchell played multiple years in college. They played multiple years so they can perfect their craft, get better in the, on the professional level when they get there, and, have things that you wouldn't expect a rookie to have. You wouldn't expect some rookies to be that efficient, because nowadays when they're just coming out of college after 1 year, they're just not that good. Brandon Ingram was not good in his rookie year. He did not have a good rookie year. None of the rookies that we hyped up going into the 2016 season that we put all this pressure on had a good year. Chris Dunn did not have a good year, and a lot of people predicted him to be the rookie of the year. Ben Simmons got hurt, so I'm not going to look at that. Brandon Ingram had a disappointing rookie year. Jaylen Brown was good, don't get me wrong, but he couldn't really show what he could do coming off the bench of the Celtics. Buddy Hield was disappointing in New Orleans, got traded to Sacramento, and he was alright in Sacramento, but he put up dead stats, let's just be honest. Also, Jamal Murray wasn't the scorer that I think a lot of people expected him to be.
Halfway.
Marquise Chris, it took him basically till the end of the season for him to actually start getting it going. So many examples all across the board of players just coming out of college after one season, and we put so many expectations on them. We compare them to these great NBA players like Brandon Ingram getting compared to Kevin Durant, and they just failed to live up to that kind of hype in their rookie year because, let's be real, their games are not that developed. But when you look at someone like Kuzma, or when you look at someone like Saric, or even Malcolm Brogdon to an extent, I'm just saying to an extent because he did win the Rookie of the Year and he played multiple years in college. When you look at those players, their games are more polished for the NBA level. They're more efficient. They're not turning it over as much. And I'm not saying that they don't have their habits. Don't get me wrong. Rookies will always have their habits. But when you play multiple years in college, a lot of rookie habits that other rookies have, you're not going to have that. Kyle Kuzma is one of the most efficient players, not rookies, but players in the league. I mean, 50% from the field and 40% from three, that's efficient as hell. And no one can even take anything away from him. I don't think he's peaked. I think this is just a result of when he played more years in college. Now, I know the ultimate rebuttal to this is going to be, look at players like Jason Tatum. Did he need to spend multiple years in college? No, he did not need to spend multiple years in college. He clearly has a more polished game. But the thing about Jason Tatum is that he's one player out of 60 people in the draft class. I mean, when you look at players like Cat, Andrew Wiggins, and Tatum, those are the only players that averaged over 15 plus as a rookie over the past few seasons that have been one and dones. I mean, the best rookie that we've seen over the past few seasons, in my personal opinion, was Damian Lillard. And he spent all 4 years in college, and he came out of the gates averaging 19 points and 7 assists. And then the next season he was able to up that to 21 points and lead his team to the 5th seed in the Western Conference and lose in the semifinals to the Spurs. They got past the first round. He was an all-star in his second year. Those kind of numbers in his sophomore season. I mean, in his sophomore year, he averaged 21 points, 6 assists, 1 steal, 39% shooting from 3 and 42% shooting from the field, 87% shooting from the free throw line, 54 and 28 record past the first round. That's something that a sophomore like Damian Lillard did. When's the last time we've seen a person in his second year make the All-Star game and lead their team to the playoffs? Not just past the first round, but the second round as well. We've never seen that from a rookie in a long time. And the reason that we have players like Dame do it is because players like Dame are more polished in their games. Even LeBron James didn't take his team to the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying all of that had to do with him coming out of high school or anything like that, but those are questions that we need to have answered, because when you have players like Damian Lillard, Kyle Kuzma putting up numbers that are significantly better than a majority of their draft class, and they were drafted later due to the fact that they played, longer in college, but their games are more polished, they're putting up better numbers, they can lead their team. It's clear that the one and done rule needs to be revisited. Either you get rid of it altogether, in my opinion, because there's no need to be keeping players in college longer than they want to, just so you could exploit them, which is a topic in itself, or you make them spend multiple years in college, because if you want the product to be better, I think that's what you should do. Let them spend multiple years in college. Or if you want to actually stop exploiting these kids, because I know that's really not what they're going to do, then you get rid of it altogether. Because at this point, we want better products. We cannot have our rookies coming in here shooting 39% from the field, 32% from the field, having big men like Lauri Markkanen shooting 41% from the field. That's unacceptable, bro. I would want them to shoot at least in 44, 45%. Maybe even some rookies could shoot 50% from the field, like Kyle Kuzma, if they played longer in college, or hell, even if they went to the European leagues, because we all know the European leagues, they're way more competitive. So to wrap up this video, at the end of the day, it's all about money for the NBA. Let's just be honest. It's all about the revenue. It's all about how they can exploit them the best way possible. And more than likely, the one and done rule, unless LeVar Ball's league changes some things dramatically, it'll most likely stay in place. So this is your boy Young Mustard signing out. Make sure you guys comment down below your opinions. I want to know what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comment section. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and add me on Snapchat. The links will be down below. And I'm almost at 5,000 subscribers, and I want to thank you guys, because I did hit 4K not too long ago, and I'm already almost halfway through to get 5,000 subscribers. So thank you all. Thank everybody. And a Q&A is going to be on the way, so make sure you guys DM me on Twitter or ask me some questions on Twitter, because a Q&A will be coming soon when I hit 5K. Hopefully, it's before the end of the year. I know there is a few days, but who knows what could happen? Who knows? This is your boy Young Mustard signing out. We out. Peace.
She said she used to it, she wanna go way up. Okay, baby, if you're used to it, and I know that you a grown woman.